three left. We can at least make a run for it.
Well, here I am. And I am in the Emerald Grove. It's actually in a camp near the Emerald Grove.
Keep your distance.
Maybe there's a stair in here. I can I read this without stealing it? Let's see if we can do that. The brittle pages of this book have been rendered illegible with age, save for the occasional name written in crimson ink. A newer, sturdier page has been inserted behind the front cover. It reads, "Found in the riverside structure to the south. Sheds no light on the purpose of that grim place, but confirms what we already know. It is very old. All else is speculation." Wonder if they're talking about the that wraith or that wight that I had picked up. Yeah, he seems to wish to help me. Maybe he's encouraged to do so. Regardless, we shall continue on.
Now, if not over, then through.
Exposed now.
That looks like a little town. 1 foot 2 feet. Well met. We'll meet.
We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face would frighten.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveller. Don't be the cause of more.
It's interesting if they
smart enough to poison their blades.
Careful.
if they count times by a 10-day decimal, like a decimal system for their days, systems. I guess it would make sense. Popular book of halfling children's rhymes. "1 foot 2 feet, well met. We'll meet. 2 drakes, 1 mink, 1 draught. 2 drakes. 1 bear, 3 beers. Come join, drink here. 1 foot, 2 foot, well met. We'll meet." Yandala and Garl shared twixt them furrow, all covered in butter, and they liked each other. Along came a fly, who flew in with a cry to the buttery fall of Yandala and Garl. When Garl took a bite, Yandala shrieked with fright, "Don't eat that, oh my, that's a butterfly." It's a butterfly. There was an old man named Almoon, who made the best buns in Faerun. The elders did scold him whenever he sold them, saying, "Elm, bring those buns to our room. Faerun, our room." Indeed. Said that to our wares. I did have a shovel location that I wanted to...
Die if I met heroic and reeking of this place.
Where was it
Never
exactly?
get the smell out of my
I
clothes.
thought it was like right here. Dig here. I'll have to make sure to go back there. I had forgotten to mark it previously. Okay.
This place seems remarkably tense for a sacred grove. Perhaps we shouldn't linger. But let's at least see if there's a healer to be found, first of all.
Oh, by the way, I asked Shadowheart to do a little magic act.
Whatever it takes.
Let's see if we can change you up again.
Let my fill of this place. Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face, frightened troll. You're an idiot.
All the female choices? Oh no.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
I need new pockets to pick.
No helping it. We're exposed.
Mutatis mutandis!
I'm gonna make her behave as if you were her. She seems to not like
Let's get
picking
going.
very much, so. I mean, to be fair, she has cause to not like them.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Man and a woman
How many people
stand
are dumb
side
enough
by
to
side
ask?
in armor, blazoned with a red fist, surrounded by flames.
Doesn't taste half bad.
Find pride and purpose in the flaming fist. Join today and protect Baldur's Gate. Led by Grand Duke Older Ravengard himself, you'll be tasked with guarding the city streets, protecting its people, and upholding the laws that govern us. Speak to any of our friendly fists throughout the city, or visit our headquarters at the Sea Tower of Baldur to find out how you can blaze a new career path today.
Watch your back.
Yeah, nothing there. Bedrolls, crates, backpacks.
Die if
Meow,
I met
meow,
the relic
meow.
reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes.
Where are you going, Marco?
With haste.
Pity boredom syndrome is the real thing.
I've got a long road ahead.
No helping it. We're exposed.
Light on my feet.
No.
Oh, the waiting's getting to me. If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Hello, Torin.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Everyone does seem to be under the belief that if we get oh. Don't I have the ability to speak to them? Someone had this ability.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Speak with the dead. .6 and 10. So it's kind of the same areas. I could swear someone had the ability here
We're no warriors.
to speak to speaking to the dead. Going bonuses.
I swear that Ox's gaze is following me.
I do have a bit of an advantage here. Let's do it. Oh, did I get it? Did it. Is it just this? Yeah.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
Moo!
Moo. Hi there, Ox.
Swing and swing and...
I think I need to check more thoroughly now, because I could swear I did have an ability.
Good work, kids. You're all heroes. Each and every one.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
A long way to go still.
Again. Swing and swing.
Charm person, dispel disguise. That's my own disguise, right?
Swing and swing and...
Make one up. You can do that.
Given that I'm trying not to save scum the game, I'd really like to figure out a way to
Make me proud.
get to the bottom of this without
The waiting's
ruining
getting to me.
things, let's say.
If we left, we could at least make a run for it. Again. Swing and swing. Carry it. Now. Ah. And again. Swing and swing.
Swing
and...
again? Not now. We're working. Remember? Come on. Just once. Yeah.
Oh, so my hide is a bonus action now. Maybe it wasn't before?
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
I could swear there was a way here to speak to them. Scroll of Detect Thoughts. I could try to use that.
What to do?
Virtus et scientia.
I'm proud of you, kids.
Moving ahead. I should speak up.
We're cornered in this place. Even the bloody Druids look like they might turn on us. Listen to me. If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
Yuck.
I'm not sure what else I can do here, but I could
I want to
back
learn a
it.
trick too. It's something only
Yeah, everybody goes hostile, right? It's not the what I was trying to do. There's a way to speak to animals or whatever. That I'm certain to need to know how to do.
I want to learn a trick too. Make one up. You can do that.
I wonder if she has a speak with animals capability.
There is work to do.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
And again. Swing and swing and...
Meow. It's odd.
No one stopped me yet.
Yeah, I can't, I guess
Very
I can't interact with them yet until I figure out what the situation is exactly.
Next time the goblins come, I'll be ready.
Yeah, you'll get a mind. Using me.
Right. Go for the heart.
No,
Look who's
that's
here.
If we left, we could at least make a
an
run for it.
unfortunate
Again.
suggestion for a young boy.
This is boring. We should train against real goblins.
Swing and
Yet
swing
you've already lost an eye.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it.
The tiefling's gonna
I'm
stab
not
him.
like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
As a dragonborn, I can see his efficiency.
Kind words in unkind times, my friend. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Who is that woman?
You saw her then. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli, a devil's advocate, a champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
What's
Her
funny,
name
I
is
play
Karlach,
devil's advocate all the
An
time.
archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
Why?
I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
What do you... You want dates? I don't know what you're gonna do with a date. Here. Look, you wanna try a date? Here, try this. You wanna try to eat one? I have more interest in the pit. I see. I'm more concerned about the parasite. I suggest we search for a healer together.
An excellent suggestion, but your party's full up. Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer. A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
He's some sort of blade directly.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids. Spare a story or two.
Bad news, children. You're all going to die. Be strong and watch over your kin. And trust there is victory.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Oh.
Look at them beaming. You did that.
No, thank you. We need to give them joy while we can before they die. Horrible, horrible deaths. To a large party of raiding goblins.
I'd die if I met Eroica reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell of my
Leather bracers.
I'll have to burn them.
I'd have to steal it. Maybe.
Swing and parry.
Let's read it.
And again.
A is for Azif.
Swing and
A is for Azif and other gods. Is it a lesson planner? A monitor. Sun's bright light shines the truth into man's laws. Speak his name to stop a fight, then invoke a legal clause. Beware dread Asmodeus, both his word and promise sweet, more able to betray us than the devils at his feet. Oral is merciless and cold, the winter's icy breath. Spare her a little food and gold, so you won't freeze to death.
Is that everything?
Yes, effectively they're the Aesop's fables of Faerun.
I am not grumpy.
again.
I'm not grumpy.
Swing and
You're an idiot.
parry.
Okay.
And again. Swing and
Goose.
Step, parry, strike. Damn it! It's just not landing.
Yeah. Interesting technique, having some trouble.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the Druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
A wisdom roll. Let's do it. Alright. 18. Nice roll.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off. Never again.
get some insight into him as well. Seated in there.
I'll try and brace them better. Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
Don't shout out your moves like that. Spoils the surprise
yes.
for your foe.
I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Oh, Lae'zel was inspired. That's great. I got a battle axe? Mm-hmm. Oh, from him.
Step, parry, step and swing. Swing and swivel
Well, she
and
might be
wait.
able to put that to use.
Now lunge.
One more time.
Battle axe. 0 to 9. Efficient.
Action, not reaction.
I really do kind of prefer her having hand in half, so she can potentially equip that shield if she needs it. The halberd, as good as it is. I don't think that extra reach necessarily helps her as much.
Die if I met Leroic and reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes. I'll have to burn them.
Yeah, it's less for sure. I wonder if she can do cleave in the meantime. Burning. Oh, that's this. Alright.
Repositioning. Assume nothing.
Can't slow down.
What a bring.
Yes, please.
Parry, swing, lunge.
Alright.
One more time.
The Annals of Baldur's Gate. Let's pick it up. Let's take a look at it. The history of the city of Baldur's Gate is told with a bard's flair. Printed for the masses, this is no scholarly record. Centuries ago, a young man sailed from the village of Grey Harbor. Where he went, what he saw, and the deeds he accomplished are simple legend today, but the wealth he returned with years later is a hard fact. Baldur made Grey Harbor rich. His gold built docks, funded businesses, and raised strong walls to protect it all. One of the gates into this flourishing city was named in his honor, but so great was the wealth that flowed through it that the name of the gate became more famous than the village that started it all. The name Grey Harbor has been relegated to dusty history books and ancient maps, but Baldur's Gate, that name is on the lips of every traveler in Faerûn. Well, they're all locked up in there.
Never a dull moment.
Maybe she should talk to somebody.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravaged your senses? Chucky. Fine.
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side. And I just ran.
The map. Show me.
No hard feelings.
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
I'm not a subordinate.
Kenyak, your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The Tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this... Fey run.
Purification, the Githyanki and the
It will
Githzerai
cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
constantly are fighting each other. They're blood enemies. So she's a... Is she a Githyanki or a Githzerai? I don't know. Oh, she is a Githyanki. I think the Githzerai are supposed to be
I've got food.
a bit more raw.
My dagger.
Githzerai, Githzerai, something like that. Maybe I should, maybe we should go in here.
There's nothing.
With pleasure.
You've been spotted fiddling with that lock. Best fiddle with something else.
Right. Storyline restricted access. Hi, Marco. Aren't you a pretty kitty? Such a pretty kitty.
What path lies before me?
I'm not quite sure what you're looking for, but it must smell interesting.
You're an idiot.
It's cold and wet and windy today, and although he's been inside all this time, he has been acting a bit strange. Maybe he's a bit worried or a bit uncertain. Ilmater hears the martyr's cries, takes in the ill and the oppressed. When one to help the others dies, then by Ilmater they are blessed. Jurgo, or so it's often said, once gave away his bony throne. With Kelemvor he tracks the dead, makes sure that dead souls do not roam. Kelemvor, Lord of the Dead, will take your hand when death arrives. Make sure souls are correctly led to all their proper afterlives. Indeed.
What's in here?
How you doing, Marco? Are you feeling okay? Look a little tired.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
Poor kitty.
Can't give up.
I'd die if I met Heroican reeking of this place.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
Yes.
On my way.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Oh, you thieves are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
I wonder what's circled here. It's a makeshift prison.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She
Does
didn't
make
kill
it
your
easier.
brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Your mind wanders. If the crossbow bolt shot through her mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
Probably.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with. Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too? You, move!
Oh, wow. Good thought, actually. Wasn't
Come
aware
and
that
hate
was
me for
one of
this. But he's not here. They took him from me.
It's interesting that intimidation and persuasion use the same abilities. Makes you wonder. Yeah, there we go. Makes you wonder how closely aligned these ideas could be.
You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do.
I don't have to kill
Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Because vengeance eats people alive. You'll grant the goblins 2 victories this day.
Your soft heart will be the death of us.
You'd better be right.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and your dogs! Shoes. Where are my boots? Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care, neither. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts.
Very nice.
Goddess! We're burning her name across the face of the world, we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky, she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself.
An all-powerful goddess that can't
Maybe
get
she
you out of a
sent you
cage.
to help me. And you will, if you want to save your skin. And if the teeth stick a few arrows in us on the way out of here, don't worry. Priestess Gut will patch us up. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
Bah! A clever goblin's like a trustworthy gig. A figment of the imagination.
Nice story. Buy it for a copper in a tavern.
It's the
nearby.
truth. I swear on your mother's grave. Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Even if you did find my tribe, they'd set the orgs on ya. You need me. Get me out of here, and I'll tell them what a good friend you are.
Should I make a deal with a clearly disturbed gobliness?
Then hurry up and do it. My tribe ain't as friendly as I am.
Yeah.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
Evidence chest.
Alright.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you!
Geez, Will, don't mind if I do. And some marsh wine? I mean, that's great stuff.
Oh, you thieves are all boring! Even your cages are boring!
Cages are pretty boring. Why are you, Marco, trying to steal my date pits? Is there anyone in
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and your dogs!
I don't have any birdies.
I already met your friend. You here to get me out of here? Well, hurry up. I got all the time in the world. You don't.
Uh-huh.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
well, in it. At the ready.
She keeps negotiating with or attempting to negotiate with not a lot to.
I told you. Not now.
Having fun with your new goblin friend? Bet you aren't.
I wonder when the goblins will come.
Blood excites me.
Right.
It's a breastplate plus
use the
what?
target practice.
Gate by now.
Seems like a good...
Don't be grumpy, Roland.
We'll get to the city soon.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
That forge is holding on.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery.
Oh, yeah.
Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Oh yeah, to be fair.
I could use the target practice.
Alright, let's talk to our kind house again.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
That's something close. Alright, here, let's just see how.
What now? How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
Yeah, everybody's watching everything.
Time for discretion.
I need new pockets to pick. Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. You're free to go. This time. But next time you won't be so lucky.
Do they take it? They don't take it. Oh.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. The scowl on your face will frighten a troll. You're an idiot.
Yes, let's save that and then let's see if I can do this again.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
See that? Over there. Let's get to the shadows. Let's see. I'm not filling this place. I'm ticked. We're exposed now. Step lightly. Radio or not.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
hermit.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
Right. So it's like a one-time, probably one time per area allowance to steal and get away with it if you're lucky, but then they're like, yeah, that's not. Okay, just curious about how it works within this game.
This is ridiculous.
Is that blood? No.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Something close. Okay.
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
Wooden
Swift as my feet can
tools
carry me.
seems to generally be a pretty cool idea, but
I think I'd make a fine
this is
shame
always
the goblins
happening.
didn't kill me, too.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other. Also stab each other. Not sure what'll come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
My thunder wave will make quick work of any goblin. Just you wait.
Those goblins will rue the day they chose to tangle with this grove.
Rue, you
You
shall
and I will
rue
do
the
some good
day.
here. I can feel it.
You shall rue the day.
Keep the blade close.
You came between me and my revenge.
We're exposed now.
Isn't too bad.
Cutting
Wonder when the
board,
goblins will come.
fork shoulder. Kind
These
of
things are
wish
so interesting.
I could
could use the
take
target
up
Mind my step.
fire. With all those complete guidance behavior events. What the?
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
What is it
Food.
exactly?
You want it or not? Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard.
An eat dwarf.
If a
Tasty
gnoll
dwarf.
catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me. Doesn't taste half bad. You've had your share. Leave some for the rest.
Roland shows off his thunder wave.
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
We're exposed.
True.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! You're twitching something fierce, love. And your eyes. You look like you don't know the meaning of the word sleep.
Yes.
Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
Auntie Ethel is very Irish. Maybe Scottish.
Ah, someone's confident, aren't they? Be careful, sweetie.
Aren't they?
How's that saying go? The bigger they act, the bigger the whack. Besides, that magic of yours, mighty as I'm sure it is falling a little short, isn't it? Something is wrong. I can smell it. Are you all right? Then let old Auntie Ethel have a look at you. First things first.
Tell me what's at
Tell
you.
me what's at you. Oh, Petal, that's how it starts, you know. Thinking is only a step away from doing.
I don't agree with that.
Were you hurt recently? An accident of some sorts? That could explain things.
It could.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. But I confess that doesn't explain all your symptoms. Some of the things you told me, why, I've never heard of a parasite doing that. This is serious. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but yes, I may have something at home. Oh, whatever do you mean, Petal? Not at all. Wouldn't have the patience for all that magical drama. I'm a simple woman, sweetie.
No, yes.
Tea and potions are as exciting as it gets for these old bones. Why don't you come see for yourself? My home ain't far, and I'll be there sharpish. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale. Hey, bother. Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
Doesn't taste half bad.
Trader appears encouraged by your interest in this item, though of course you'll need to pay for it.
Yeah.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
So how would I make alchemical? How do I make potions? There must be a way to do this.
Die if I met Heroic and reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell of my clothes. I'll have to burn them.
Ah, fuck. That was not what I was trying to do. Oh wow, it's just a potion. Read. The book is handwritten in a swinging scrawl. The red ink of an eager editor slashes through most of its contents. To 2 inscriptions, each in a different hand, are scribbled inside the cover. V. Absolutely not. E. Dear Stelminster, while you may lack imagination, nymphs, I assure you, do not. Nor does the public that eagerly awaits this work. I will refrain from publishing this piece for now, but only that I may conduct a more extensive bout of research. Your friend these many years follow. Raconteur, someone who determines the viability of tours. Yeah, her statement was a bit ominous. How do you do this?
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True.
Right. I've got food.
Don't touch me.
My dagger.
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blade.
Keys.
Step quick.
It must be time by now.
Still alive.
Hi, Nelly.
So that's progress.
We're exposed.
I'm waiting on someone and you aren't him. Do you mind?
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
An odd thought.
I should speak up.
Good to be back behind the walls, have to say. For as long as that lasts. Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
With the dust of their journey still clinging to boot and cloak, the canny traveler will no doubt seek to secure accommodations within the city post-haste. Below are some of the establishments that are typical of what the city has to offer. The Blade and Stars, that is a famous one, easily identified by its sign. Handwritten scroll margins tells the sign is currently not in place. This inn is comfortable, quiet, and highly recommended for travelers seeking to recuperate from their journey. Expect unassuming fare at a reasonable price, moderately clean rooms, and passively clean patrons. Blushing Mermaid. For those seeking an altogether rowdier night in the city, Blushing Mermaid should be the first port of call. Named for the life-sized wooden mermaid on display, this inn is known for its ill-reputed patrons, frequent brawls, and altogether unsavory reputation. Nevertheless, I feature it here owing to the great interest from my readership. I can only advise that you exercise extreme vigilance should you choose this establishment. Elfsong Tavern. Most of this passage is illegible due to water damage apart from the words and phrases nearest to the inner margins. Dimly lit proprietor Alan, a disembodied elvish singing voice.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid
The realm according to Bumpo. The book naturally falls to a dog-eared page in which Bumpo describes the more unusual races he's met in his travels. But they weren't half so strange as the bird folk. First, Arakakra I had met had the head of a parrot, the body of a human, and wings also of a parrot. Tried not to stare, but it was real hard. Turns out she was one of a motley party, 'cause around her table were Tabaxi, a Genocide, and a turtle cat, and element folk. Trying to act casual, I asked what the hell they all were. They ignored me, but I can't blame them. Them, I must have looked awfully dull and average, for they were the first of their kind I'd seen, but I was just one of a billion boring humans to them. Yes. The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebro Moro. An excerpt from The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebro Moro. A pulp serial following the real-life exploits of an interplanet ship's captain. The real Captain Morrow is known never to have left her native Waterdeep and emerges from her room at a yawning portal, only to exchange scrawled manuscripts for fresh meals and heat. And thus in the light of the Feywild's near-setting sun, we passed into the land of the Eladrin. My astute resolution to sail around their force was betrayed. It seems to me that the river itself conspired to change course, bringing the new bride into the shadow of the trees, that I might see those dancing figures up close. The form of the Eladrin, with which I am now intimately familiar, is that of elves as seen in a fever dream.
You're an idiot.
Slender as wands, and with hair of every changeable hue, their moods mirror that fey wilderness from which they spring. One moment gentle as a still pond, the next inexorable and deadly as a falling mountain. The latter I experienced only after spending many agreeable hours, or perhaps seasons, among them. A halfling woman, employed among my crew as a smith, dared to raise her voice in song above that of our hosts. The depth of the insult became clear as the forest fell into silence, and it was only quick thinking on my part that delivered a compromise. When we left, it was without our smith, and the only sound was the solitary ring of her hammer as she endeavored to forge a blade that would sing for the Eladrin more sweetly than she. It has been some centuries since. I hope she has succeeded by now.
You were a caravan escort for 3 days, and you quit in the middle of your shift.
You sound like your father.
Well, it was his caravan.
Hello there.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
Aww.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
Don't mind me.
No bother. We're just daydreaming anyhow.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
How can you make plans? I can't remember
Luck's
what I
been
ate
on our
for
side
breakfast.
this far. No reason to think it'll run out now.
Optimism, my friend. Try it out.
Surely destined for the slaughter. What would be more perfect than to die by your love's side? And known love was not enough.
Ah, yes. The tragedy of it all.
I suppose we'll start in the outer city. Get a little business going.
Oh.
Your spiced tea is life-changing.
Mm.
And I can bake up almond cakes 20 at a time.
That sounds lovely. What a lovely couple.
What I wouldn't do for better tools.
Really nothing bad will happen to them.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
Let's,
We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face will frighten a troll. You're an idiot.
yeah, we don't have. This is all their area. Okay.
Time to press ahead.
Trust me.
This is all
Don't you
stuff
lie
that's
to me.
not mine.
I know you have it.
Inns and guest house. Did I read guest already? I mean,
I
read this
will.
already.
Aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
Yes, I did.
Shall we?
Lemura.
Looking ahead.
Damn goblins!
Oh, I was just going to let it fall off, stick it in my satchel. Ain't letting anyone here near me. They all sat and watched while Zevlor near got us killed.
Yeah.
And what about our people? Half the crew's lying dead back in that ruin. Even the new lad, his first contract, and we land him in a goddamn goblin nest. He actually stood and fought, the stupid bastard. Like I never trained him better.
Likely if you had, that would have been it anyways. Oh no, Benny Vine sauce. I guess it
Nah.
did not end well.
He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone. Small mercies.
I'm ready. Think you're disappointed this lot swooping in to save us like that? Careful. Might turn on you just as quick.
Grumpy. Scowl on your face would frighten a troll. You're an idiot.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
This ritual staff's really cool. Unfortunately, with
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Don't you lie to me, boy.
Depends.
I know you have
dumb
it.
enough to ask. Touch me and I'll bite your fingers off.
True.
I will.
we'll see how that manifests the next time I have to do a saving throw.
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me?
You're the one making threats. You're a child. 11.
You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. He... Oh, the hell's with this? These little devils get away with everything because of coddling bastards like you. You'll get yours someday. I hope I get to see it.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
Scowl on your face would frighten a troll. You're an idiot.
What are you doing? Get out of here.
Move along. We're exposed now.
Why are you knocking down things, Martha? Helping the boy might help. You know, urchins and all that.
Please. I've been through enough.
Why did you knock down my Atari 2600 cartridge? Okay. Yeah, this is a stone door.
Vex?
The Devil You Know, an autobiography. Have you ever had a god change your blood? It is a horrifying thing, even for those who may desire it. Yet few tieflings wished for Asmodeus to claim their bodies, only to be given no choice in the matter. It is not as if we were well loved before the Archdevil's gambit. Our people have always struggled against the notion of devilkin, as if a single drop of infernal ichor inescapably corrupts.
No, sir.
How amusing, when so many others willingly sell their souls to fiends, yet their culture as a whole escapes the blame. By what method can we redeem ourselves when the crime is not ours? I would drive a blade into every warlock that aided Asmodeus's damn ritual, but personal vengeance cannot undo the will of a god, much less one as slippery as the Lord of Lies. When every passerby thinks you're a thief and a heretic, it is deeply tempting to become one. The only thing that has stopped me is knowing Asmodeus wants nothing more than for all of us to fall from grace. Burden of expectations.
What a day. Never seen or heard.
Oh, you guys were closing it anyways. Another hat. Who else needs headwear? Yes. Everyone needs hats. Oh. Yeah, the big floppy one works better. Yeah. So, is that tricorn? 1, 2, 3. It makes you look kind of like a pirate. I've always liked the Brianna girl. I don't think this counts though. This is like a painter's hat or something. A blackguard hat. Yeah, we'll have to do. Yeah.
No time to rest. Don't waste a step.
Bunch of books. Tosses.
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword.
We might need it.
I'm glad to help. Definitely.
Have you spoken to Korga? Of course, you have your own business to attend to.
Yeah, I haven't even actually made it to the
Druids
grove
won't
yet.
abandon this ritual of theirs, it will be trouble for all of us.
The Watch or the Flaming Fist?
Pardon?
When we get to Baldur's Gate, where are we enlisting?
I'm done soldiering, Tilly. I'd like a clean start. But go with the Watch.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Traveler's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Let's read that real quick. Variety is the blood of the city itself, for better or for worse. The devoted will find a place to worship, and the dedicated will find work to be done. And let it be fully understood by any who wish to visit, the criminal enterprises in Baldur's Gate thrive as heartily as the rest. Indeed, I'm sure they do. Guide to the Sword Coast, Volume 4, The Risen Road. The stained, well-thumbed pages filled with traveling advice that seems to be decades out of date. Those who seek to journey the coast from the interior regions lying to the east will typically seek out the Risen Road, running parallel to the river Kyontha. The Risen Road provides an overland route all the way from Alturiel to Baldur's Gate, and has proven tempting to travelers seeking to alternate to the river barges that sail the Kyontha. A portion of the road approximately halfway between Alturiel and Baldur's Gate has in recent years developed into an enclave for Selûne worship, who is the dark goddess of the Drow and the moon, I think, with a temple of not insignificant splendor lying near the road. Indeed, an entire village, Moonhaven, has developed alongside the temple and can provide food and shelter to weary travelers. Further east lies the citadel of Moonrise Towers, where a toll is required for onward passage of goods and folk alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order to avoid the toll. However, bandits and other dangers may cause them to pay a much steeper price. On the origins of the Zentarum. This I may have read in the other one before. Next up for the ongoing metatext, Rebound, by Josefa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denier for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her God's annals of lost and hidden knowledge. But perhaps greater still than their monopoly is the continent's largest private army. The true achievement of the modern Zentarum is the sanitized image they present to the world. Viewed by most as an efficient, if unscrupulous, mercenary organization, few would guess at the Black Network's dark origin as a cult dedicated to the dark god Bane, once bent toward bringing all peoples to heel beneath his creed of tyranny and domination. Many among their ranks scoff when confronted with its facts, citing overblown conspiracies, and reassuring me that the only gods to whom the Zentarum give worship today are the twin deities, Prophet and Power. This is not to say that the organization has entirely shed its dark side, however. Alongside the clenched fist of their military, another hand works from the shadows to ensure that the network prospers even in peacetime. For just as vital as the movement of troops is the movement of goods, legal or otherwise, there is no border or market that is ever truly closed to one bearing the seal of the Black Network. Epic. It's all epic. Invasion plans for Eltergard.
If this map is accurate, we are in Eltergard. Baldur's Gate is some ways still.
That's helpful. An aging map of Eltergard and its surroundings, the cities of Baldur's Gate and Elturel, are both marked, but it's the wilderness in between that's covered in notes, symbols, and ciphers. The freshest ink marked with pictographs of goblins and gnolls shown gathering in the forest and hills nearby. Front and center, a thespian's memoir. In fact, the greatest joy in my life hasn't been acting, but becoming. When you choose a character to play, you don't just wear a mask. You take a little of their soul for your own. Whoever you are in your heart of hearts changes, if only by the faintest moment. I wanted to read from his row of books, but apparently going near them is enough to spoil their attitude.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
On the hunt.
Yeah, she's all over that chest.
Just like old times.
The gate needs fortification.
But if there's a clear path past those goblins,
These boots have seen
they'll find
everything.
Yes, of course.
It's nice that they keep the shopkeep separate. That's if I want to free Saza over there.
Doesn't taste half bad.
Step, swing, parry, swing. Excellent.
This is ridiculous.
Never get a smell.
Cannot currently go in there yet. Can go here though.
What's up for discussion?
He stares right past you as if you're invisible or boring. You see nothing out of the ordinary. When you turn back, there's no trace of the child.
Swing and swivel and wait. Wait.
Now that is getting to me. If we can at least make a run for it.
Undetected.
Let's sit her down for a bit and see how Will is.
At least things have stayed interesting. Never wanted the easy path. Seems like a good moment to talk.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden.
His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. I will not brook your ignorance. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. I know what you can barely fathom. That you cannot bear it makes it no less true. Chuck, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
Extremely fiery. Very fiery woman.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
How did you come to be the
My
Blade of
father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
He was crying because he looked at that wonky eyes of Bruce. What act could be finer than saving?
Proud. No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The Frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded. Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Ariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her.
Avernus
She
is the
fled
first
from my
of the 9
reach.
hells. That's where
Even climbed
chaos
aboard
reigns.
the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit.
And that's also
I
where
can't
the ship
bear
had
to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing.
Might be doing damage.
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. What else is on your mind?
Is that a wooden eye? Oh, it's stone.
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
You watch and listen for signs of deceit, but sense nothing unusual.
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the grove. Perhaps she's got the talent.
I'm glad that they
We should
have
pay her a visit.
they have direct referential conversations about individual tasks that you're working on.
Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close.
That is true.
I think you'll
Usual
agree.
for them, though, right?
Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm.
The illithids.
Bloodthirst is another matter.
Called them illithids?
But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. That's the spirit.
Sharp as ever.
He's a warlock? It's a rogue, right? Trade through loyalty for supernatural abilities and unique magic. Spears, pikes, halberds, glaives, armor proficiency with light armor and shields. Pet all of the dogs, that's right. Right, so he's kind of crossing over some boundary territory with her as well, with my dark urge being charisma based. Some spell casting, and he's crossing over with a rogue, right?
Defender of the people. Keeping pace.
Still alive, so that's progress. Breathe deep and move.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
Yes.
Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking. Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Very well. As thou desire.
I can just up and change my... It just changes all my everything. Well, that's probably for the best. We literally have a... Oh, so the warlocks do have light armor that they could do, and that's pure spellcast. I will contemplate this on the Tree of Woe. I'm gonna go feed my cat. I'll be right back. Feel free to take it easy after a little bit. OBS is going crazy, so I'll be a second. You can't specifically prevent reactions.